Hello everyone, we are Group 1D. As our group has mentioned before, the materials of our homemade egg tart include cream, milk, egg yolk, and sugar. Making egg tart is the process which protein gel forms in a stable system. This presentation will lay emphasis on quantifying the performance of egg tart based on some simple tests that are affected by the microstructures and rheology present. This presentation includes three parts. Now let's move into the micro world. First, this part indicates the microstructure of protein gel. Making egg tart needs a 20 minutes heating process. In this process, the heat induced denaturation of protein. A protein completely unfolds, and then the intermolecular interactions lead to the formation of a fine meshed micromolecular gel. Under this condition, the heated protein lead to the formation of linear polymers or ordered gel networks. In this study, it is a simple heat-induced denaturation. The protein size and shape is only mildly perturbed. Instead, some of the hydrophobic groups, which at ambient temperatures remained buried in the protein core, becoming exposed above some minimum unfolding or denaturation temperature. This hydrophobic effect leads to aggregation to form either fine-strained networks or amorphous particular structures of a physical gel. So in our last two tests about protein gel, we could easily find some holes in the bottom of middle fraction. Globular protein, a class of protein. The polypeptide chain is called by the three-dimensional structure of different degrees of spheral molecules. The polypeptide chain is through the chain of secondary keys, such as hydrogen bonds, salt bonds, disulfide bonds, hydrophobic, and van der Waals force maintain its spatial structure. As the surface of the protein particles carries many hydrophilic polar groups, such as ammonia ion, a peptide bond, etc., it is prone to hydration, and then the surface of the protein particles to form a thick layer of hydration. The presence of the hydration layers separates the protein particles from each other so that the protein particles do not accumulate and precipitate, and then forming protein gels. Most processed protein foods contain denatured proteins. The role of proteins in determining the physical properties of foods might be better understood if these proteins are in a compact, molten globule-like state rather than in a random Colli configuration.
Now let's move on to the experiment related with its performance. In this stage, three types of egg tarts were tested, which are particular tart from Woolworths, homemade egg tart, and modified homemade egg tart. Our experiment was designed to test the yield stress. The particular tart and homemade egg tart failed in our yield stress test because of the yield stress is too large. The protein gel did not squeeze out even in our system limitation. However, the modified homemade egg tart showed something different. There was few water dropped extruded out of the cup at first few seconds of yield stress test. After we increasing the applying pressure by pouring more water, the protein gel was squeezed out. In this experiment, we measure the commercial egg tart, homemade egg tart, and modified egg tart. While we use our hands press the products, the egg tarts are deformed in different degree and have water spills regarded as the ending point of measuring. The ascending order of reading on the balance is 98, 135, 250 corresponding to modified homemade commercial and homemade egg tart respectively. In terms of the customer's preference, we bought from Woolworths has average softness. Most people in our assembly like commercial egg tart. This could be explained that the product has been tested several times by Woolworths for finding the best way to meet the habit of customers. Because of adding excessive volume milk, the material liquid of modified homemade is much thinner than the one of homemade due to more water. The hydrophilic bonds combine with more water and form a thickener hydration layer. While using a lighter power pressate, it becomes easier to squeeze water out. Commercial egg tarts add more sugar than the homemade egg tart because sugar has stronger capacity of holding water. Egg tart, it could be judged its taste via chewing. While eating, it is usually requires soft when taste. That means the product needs a better yield stress, which is related to the components. Similarly, when consumers swallowing, the better taste is the soft feeling due to shear thinning property. This is the end of our presentation. Thanks for watching.